The preceding discussion explored the profound implications of personal responsibility in shaping our lives. However, the capacity for self-determination and agency is intricately intertwined with our social connections. While individual responsibility is crucial, the human experience is fundamentally social, and our well-being is deeply impacted by the quality and quantity of our relationships. This section delves into the psychology of loneliness and isolation, exploring its far-reaching consequences on our mental and physical health. Loneliness, often conflated with solitude, is a subjective experience characterized by a profound sense of disconnect and lack of meaningful social connection. It's not simply about being physically alone. One can be surrounded by people and still feel profoundly isolated. Solitude, in contrast, often represents a conscious choice to be alone, a time for introspection and self-reflection, which can be restorative and beneficial. Loneliness, however, represents a deficit, a yearning for connection that remains unfulfilled. This yearning can manifest in various ways, from a subtle sense of emptiness to an overwhelming feeling of despair and isolation. The psychological impact of chronic loneliness is substantial and pervasive. Studies consistently demonstrate a strong correlation between loneliness and increased risk of depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders. The brain, inherently social, requires connection to thrive. Prolonged isolation can disrupt the delicate balance of neurochemicals, leading to imbalances that contribute to mood disorders and cognitive decline. This doesn't simply involve a subjective feeling of sadness. It manifests in measurable changes in brain structure and function. Neuroimaging studies have shown that loneliness is associated with alterations in brain regions responsible for social cognition, emotional regulation, and stress response. These changes, in turn, can perpetuate the cycle of loneliness, making it more challenging to form and maintain meaningful relationships. Beyond the immediate mental health consequences, the effects of loneliness extend to physical health. Numerous studies have linked chronic loneliness to a weakened immune system, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and accelerated cognitive decline. Loneliness is associated with higher levels of inflammation, a key factor in many chronic illnesses. The stress associated with isolation puts a strain on the body's physiological systems, contributing to an increased risk of developing various health problems. In essence, the body responds to social isolation as it would to a physical threat, triggering stress responses that, over time, take a toll on overall health. The biological underpinnings of loneliness are complex and multifaceted. Evolutionary perspectives suggest that our need for social connection is deeply ingrained, serving crucial functions in survival and reproduction. Our ancestors' survival depended on cooperation and group cohesion, and those who were ostracized from their communities faced increased risks of predation, starvation, and disease. This inherent need for belonging is reflected in our biology, manifested in the release of hormones and neurochemicals associated with social bonding and attachment. When these needs are consistently unmet, the resulting physiological stress response contributes to the negative health outcomes associated with chronic loneliness. However, biology doesn't dictate destiny. While our genetic predisposition and early childhood experiences can influence our susceptibility to loneliness, social factors play a significant role in shaping our experiences. Social isolation can result from various factors, including geographic location, social circumstances, and life transitions. The elderly, for instance, are at increased risk of loneliness due to loss of loved ones, decreased mobility, and changes in social networks. Individuals who have experienced trauma or social exclusion may also be more vulnerable to feelings of isolation. Furthermore, social inequalities and systemic discrimination can exacerbate loneliness, especially within marginalized communities. The impact of technology on our sense of connection is a complex and evolving area of research. While social media platforms offer avenues for connection, the superficiality of these interactions can ironically contribute to feelings of isolation. The curated nature of online profiles often presents an idealized version of reality, leading to social comparison and feelings of inadequacy. The constant influx of information can also be overwhelming, leaving individuals feeling disconnected from genuine human interaction. However, technology also provides tools to combat loneliness, such as online support groups and virtual communities that cater to specific interests and needs. The key lies in striking a balance between technology's potential benefits and its potential drawbacks. Overcoming loneliness requires a multifaceted approach. It involves actively cultivating meaningful relationships, engaging in activities that promote social interaction, and seeking support when needed. This might involve joining clubs or groups based on shared interests, volunteering in the community, or simply taking the initiative to connect with friends and family. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and yoga, can help to cultivate self-awareness and manage the negative emotions associated with loneliness. Therapy can provide a safe and supportive space to explore the underlying causes of loneliness and develop coping strategies. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, in particular, can be effective in identifying and challenging negative thought patterns that contribute to feelings of isolation. Moreover, societal initiatives aimed at fostering social inclusion and addressing social inequalities are crucial in mitigating the problem of loneliness. Creating communities that support social connection and promote a sense of belonging is essential for ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to experience meaningful human relationships. This requires a comprehensive approach involving community development programs, mental health services, and policies that address social determinants of health. Promoting social connection is not merely a matter of individual responsibility, it is a societal imperative. In conclusion, loneliness is far more than a subjective feeling. It's a complex phenomenon with profound implications for our mental and physical well-being. Understanding the biological and social factors contributing to loneliness is crucial in developing effective strategies for prevention and intervention. By combining individual efforts to cultivate meaningful connections with societal initiatives to promote social inclusion, we can create a world where everyone has the opportunity to experience the joy and fulfillment that come from genuine human connection, countering the isolation that threatens our collective well-being. The journey from isolation to connection is a continuous process requiring both individual effort and collective action. The profound need for belonging is a fundamental aspect of the human condition, and addressing this need is essential for building a healthier, happier, and more compassionate society. The previous section highlighted the detrimental effects of loneliness and isolation, painting a stark picture of the consequences of a lack of meaningful social connection. However, understanding the why behind our profound need for belonging is crucial to fully appreciate the gravity of the situation and to effectively address it. This section will delve into the biological imperative driving our inherent need for social connection, revealing the deep-rooted evolutionary and physiological reasons why our well-being is intrinsically linked to our relationships with others. Our species, Homo sapiens, evolved not as solitary hunters but as collaborative social creatures. Survival in the harsh environments of our evolutionary past depended critically on cooperation and mutual support within groups. Hunting, gathering, protecting offspring, and defending against predators were all tasks that demanded collective effort. Individuals who were ostracized or failed to maintain strong social ties faced significantly higher risks of starvation, predation, and disease. This evolutionary pressure shaped our biology, predisposing us to seek out and maintain social bonds. The very fabric of our survival was woven into the threads of social connection. This innate need for belonging isn't merely a historical artifact. It's deeply embedded in our physiology. Our brains are wired for connection. Specific regions, such as the amygdala and the anterior cingulate cortex, play critical roles in processing social information, regulating emotions associated with social interactions, and responding to social cues. These brain areas are intricately connected to other regions involved in reward, motivation, and stress regulation, highlighting the profound impact social connections have on our overall well-being. The release of neurochemicals such as oxytocin and vasopressin reinforces these connections, facilitating bonding and attachment. Oxytocin, often dubbed the love hormone, plays a crucial role in fostering trust, empathy, and social bonding. Vasopressin contributes to pair bonding and the formation of long-term relationships. These neurochemical responses highlight the biological mechanisms driving our profound need for social connection. The brain actively rewards social interaction, motivating us to seek out and maintain relationships. The absence of these crucial social connections, then, triggers a cascade of negative physiological responses. Chronic loneliness activates the body's stress response, leading to elevated levels of cortisol and other stress hormones. This prolonged state of physiological stress takes a measurable toll on our physical and mental health. Studies consistently demonstrate a correlation between loneliness and increased risk of cardiovascular disease, weakened immune function, and accelerated cognitive decline. The body, in essence, reacts to social isolation as it would to a physical threat, initiating a biological response that, over time, contributes to a range of serious health problems. This isn't simply a matter of feeling down. It's a measurable physiological phenomenon with tangible health consequences. This isn't merely conjecture. Numerous empirical studies support these claims. A meta-analysis of studies on social isolation and mortality revealed a significantly increased risk of death among individuals with limited social connections. This increased mortality risk is comparable to that of well-established risk factors, such as smoking and obesity, underscoring the profound impact of social isolation on longevity and overall health. Further studies have shown strong correlations between social isolation and various health problems, including depression, anxiety, dementia, and even increased susceptibility to infections. The consequences of lacking strong social support networks are far-reaching. The benefits of strong social support networks, on the other hand, are equally impressive. Individuals with robust social connections tend to have lower rates of depression and anxiety, better immune function, and improved cardiovascular health. Social support acts as a buffer against stress, providing emotional resilience and a sense of belonging that helps to mitigate the negative effects of life's challenges. This supportive network can provide practical assistance, emotional comfort, and a sense of community that fosters overall well-being. This supportive network isn't just about having numerous acquaintances. It's about the quality of relationships, characterized by trust, empathy, and mutual support. The strength of these bonds is a powerful predictor of physical and mental health outcomes. Moreover, the positive impact of social connection extends beyond individual health benefits. Strong social networks contribute to the stability and well-being of communities. Individuals embedded in supportive communities are more likely to participate in civic activities, contribute to their local environment, and build strong, resilient communities. This interconnectedness fosters a sense of belonging and shared purpose, creating a supportive ecosystem that benefits everyone. This synergistic effect underscores the interconnectedness between individual well-being and the health of the community at large. Supporting social connection is not simply a matter of individual benefit. It's a societal imperative for fostering stronger, healthier, and more resilient communities. Furthermore, the impact of social connection transcends the purely physical and psychological. Social support plays a critical role in promoting cognitive function and resilience. Studies have demonstrated that individuals with strong social networks exhibit better cognitive performance, particularly as they age. The stimulation provided by social interactions helps to keep the mind active and engaged, combating cognitive decline and improving overall cognitive function. Furthermore, social support provides a crucial resource during times of stress or adversity. Having a strong network of friends and family to rely on provides a sense of security and comfort that can help to navigate challenging life transitions, mitigating the negative impact of stress and promoting resilience. These benefits extend beyond simply coping with challenges. A supportive environment can contribute to more rapid and effective problem-solving, improved decision-making, and increased overall life satisfaction. However, it's crucial to acknowledge the complexity of social connection. The mere presence of people doesn't automatically equate to meaningful connection. Superficial relationships, characterized by a lack of genuine empathy and mutual support, may offer little to no protection against the negative consequences of social isolation. The quality of relationships, rather than simply their quantity, is the crucial determining factor. Moreover, the nature of social connection has been significantly altered by technological advancements. While social media platforms offer the illusion of connection, studies indicate that excessive use can paradoxically increase feelings of loneliness and social isolation. The curated nature of online interactions, often emphasizing superficial achievements and idealized portrayals of self, can foster social comparison and feelings of inadequacy. Therefore, cultivating genuine face-to-face interactions remains essential for nurturing truly meaningful connections and mitigating the negative impacts of social isolation. Addressing the pervasive problem of social isolation requires a multifaceted approach. It demands individual effort to cultivate meaningful relationships, combined with societal initiatives to create environments that foster social inclusion. Individuals can proactively engage in activities that promote social interaction, such as joining clubs, volunteering in the community, or simply making an effort to connect with friends and family. Cultivating mindfulness practices, such as meditation and yoga, can also enhance self-awareness and improve the ability to manage negative emotions associated with loneliness. When necessary, seeking professional support, such as therapy or counseling, can provide a safe space to explore underlying issues and develop healthy coping mechanisms. However, individual efforts alone are insufficient to address the widespread issue of social isolation. Societal initiatives play a critical role in creating environments that foster social connection and mitigate loneliness. Policies and programs that address social determinants of health, such as poverty, lack of access to healthcare, and systemic discrimination, are crucial for promoting social inclusion and reducing the risk of isolation, particularly within vulnerable communities. Community development initiatives that foster a sense of belonging and shared purpose can significantly improve social well-being and reduce feelings of isolation. Ultimately, building a society that prioritizes social connection requires a collective effort, combining individual actions with large-scale social initiatives to create a healthier and more compassionate world. The biological imperative for connection should guide us to build a society that actively supports and nurtures the vital human need for belonging. Building meaningful relationships is not a passive undertaking. It requires conscious effort, consistent engagement, and a willingness to navigate the complexities of human interaction. The previous sections established the profound biological and psychological need for connection, highlighting the detrimental effects of isolation and the significant benefits of belonging. Now, we turn our attention to the practical strategies that can help us cultivate and maintain fulfilling relationships. This involves understanding and applying principles of effective communication, cultivating empathy, and developing constructive conflict resolution skills. Effective communication forms the bedrock of any strong relationship. It's not merely about exchanging information. It's about conveying thoughts, feelings, and needs in a way that is both understood and respected by the other party. This involves active listening, a skill that goes beyond simply hearing the words spoken. Active listening entails paying close attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues, seeking clarification when needed, and reflecting back what you've heard to ensure understanding. It's about demonstrating genuine interest in the other person's perspective, creating a safe space for open and honest dialogue. Beyond active listening, effective communication involves expressing oneself clearly and assertively. Assertiveness doesn't equate to aggression. It's about expressing one's needs and opinions respectfully, without compromising the rights and feelings of others. It involves stating one's perspective directly, using I statements to avoid accusatory language, and focusing on the issue at hand rather than resorting to personal attacks. For instance, instead of saying, "You always make me feel bad," a more assertive approach would be, "I felt hurt when you said that. Could we talk about it?" This subtle shift in phrasing can significantly alter the tone and outcome of the conversation. Nonverbal communication plays a surprisingly significant role in relationship dynamics. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice often convey more than words alone. Maintaining eye contact, adopting an open posture, and using a warm and inviting tone can significantly enhance the effectiveness of communication, creating a sense of connection and trust. Conversely, crossed arms, averted gaze, or a harsh tone can inadvertently create barriers to communication, making it more difficult to build and maintain meaningful connections. Paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues, both in ourselves and in others, is crucial for effective communication and building strong relationships. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is a crucial component of healthy relationships. It involves stepping into another person's shoes, attempting to see the world from their perspective, and acknowledging their emotions without judgment. Empathy is not about agreeing with another person's viewpoint. It's about acknowledging and validating their feelings. For example, if a friend is grieving the loss of a loved one, Offering empathy doesn't require offering solutions or minimizing their pain. It involves simply listening, acknowledging their sorrow, and offering support. This involves demonstrating compassion, understanding, and a willingness to connect with another person on an emotional level. Cultivating empathy requires conscious effort and practice. It involves actively listening to understand the other person's experience, recognizing and validating their emotions, and resisting the urge to offer unsolicited advice or judge their feelings. It's about creating a space where vulnerability and honesty are welcomed, fostering a deeper connection and understanding between individuals. This ability to connect emotionally is essential for building trust, intimacy, and long-lasting relationships. Conflict is an inevitable part of any relationship, regardless of its nature. However, the manner in which conflict is handled can either strengthen or damage the relationship. Constructive conflict resolution involves addressing disagreements in a way that respects the needs and feelings of all parties involved. This requires a willingness to listen, to understand the other person's perspective, and to search for mutually acceptable solutions. It's about focusing on the issue at hand, rather than resorting to personal attacks or blame. Several strategies can facilitate constructive conflict resolution. One effective approach is to employ active listening to understand the other person's perspective before presenting your own. This can help to de-escalate tension and create a more receptive environment for dialogue. Focusing on the issue at hand, rather than resorting to personal attacks or blame, is equally crucial. Using I statements, expressing one's feelings and needs without assigning blame, can also help to foster a more constructive conversation. Compromise and negotiation are essential elements of conflict resolution. Finding a solution that satisfies the needs of all parties involved often requires a willingness to compromise. Seeking external mediation can be beneficial in particularly challenging conflicts. A neutral third party can provide an objective perspective, facilitating communication and helping to identify mutually acceptable solutions. This is particularly helpful in situations where strong emotions or ingrained patterns of conflict make it difficult to find common ground. However, it's crucial to select a mediator who is impartial and possesses the necessary skills to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. Maintaining healthy relationships requires consistent effort and attention. Regular communication, even about seemingly insignificant matters, helps to maintain a sense of connection and intimacy. Sharing experiences, both positive and negative, strengthens the bond between individuals, fostering mutual understanding and support. Taking time for shared activities, pursuing common interests, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations helps to cultivate a deeper connection and strengthen the relationship. Small gestures of kindness and appreciation also go a long way in maintaining a healthy. Furthermore, understanding and respecting individual boundaries is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. This involves respecting each other's need for personal space, time alone, and autonomy. It's about understanding and honoring each other's personal limits and preferences, recognizing that individual needs may vary over time and circumstance. It's about fostering mutual respect and understanding, which allows for both intimacy and independence to thrive within the relationship. Communication about boundaries is key. It's crucial to articulate one's needs and preferences clearly and respectfully, allowing for open dialogue and mutual understanding. The ability to navigate individual boundaries fosters healthy interdependence, not dependence. Finally, cultivating self-awareness is paramount for building meaningful relationships. Understanding one's own emotions, needs, and communication styles allows for more effective interaction with others. Self-reflection, mindfulness practices, or seeking guidance from a therapist can facilitate self-awareness and improve the ability to manage one's own emotional responses in relationships. By understanding oneself better, one is better equipped to communicate effectively, to empathize with others, and to navigate conflict constructively. This self-awareness also helps to cultivate healthy boundaries and to manage expectations within relationships. The journey towards building meaningful relationships is ongoing, a continuous process of learning, adapting, and growing, fueled by self-awareness and a commitment to mutual respect and understanding. It's a journey worthy of the effort, yielding a rich harvest of connection, belonging, and the profound satisfaction of genuine human connection. Overcoming the pervasive sense of isolation requires proactive steps to foster connection, and build supportive networks. While the previous section focused on the mechanics of building relationships, this section delves into practical strategies for combating loneliness and cultivating a sense of belonging. The journey out of isolation is often challenging, requiring courage, persistence, and a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone. However, the rewards, a richer, more fulfilling life interwoven with meaningful connections, are well worth the effort. One of the most effective methods for combating isolation is actively seeking out and engaging with communities. This doesn't necessarily mean joining large, impersonal groups. Rather, it involves identifying groups that align with your interests, values, or passions. These communities can be found both online and offline. Online platforms offer a vast array of groups centered around specific hobbies, professions, or shared experiences. These virtual communities can provide a sense of belonging and connection, particularly for individuals who face geographic limitations or social anxieties. However, it's crucial to approach online interactions with caution, mindful of the potential for misrepresentation and the importance of maintaining healthy boundaries in the virtual world. Offline communities offer a more tangible sense of connection. Joining a book club, a hiking group, a sports team, or a volunteer organization provides opportunities for face-to-face interaction, shared experiences, and the development of genuine relationships. These activities offer a framework for social interaction, taking the pressure off initiating conversations and providing a built-in sense of common ground. The shared experience of participating in a group activity fosters camaraderie and a sense of collective purpose, helping to break down barriers and foster connection. Furthermore, the regular interaction within these groups facilitates the formation of meaningful relationships that extend beyond the group setting itself. Volunteering is an exceptionally powerful tool for combating isolation. The act of giving back to the community provides a sense of purpose and accomplishment, while simultaneously fostering connections with like-minded individuals. Volunteering offers opportunities to connect with others who share a commitment to a common cause, creating a foundation for genuine relationships based on shared values and a collective goal. Furthermore, the act of helping others can be profoundly rewarding, boosting self-esteem and fostering a sense of belonging that transcends personal challenges. The experiences gained through volunteering can also broaden one's perspective, expanding social horizons and fostering a deeper appreciation for the human experience. This expands one's network and builds resilience. For individuals who struggle with social anxiety, the prospect of joining groups or volunteering can feel daunting. Social anxiety is a common condition that manifests as intense fear and discomfort in social situations. This anxiety can create a significant barrier to forming connections, perpetuating a cycle of isolation. However, social anxiety is a treatable condition, and several strategies can be employed to manage it. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is a particularly effective approach, helping individuals identify and challenge negative thought patterns and develop coping mechanisms for social situations. CBT focuses on changing unhelpful thinking patterns and behavior, teaching individuals practical skills to manage anxiety and navigate social interactions with greater ease. Exposure therapy, a key component of CBT, gradually exposes individuals to situations that trigger anxiety in a safe and controlled environment. This controlled exposure allows individuals to practice coping mechanisms and gradually reduce their fear response, starting with low anxiety situations and gradually working up to more challenging ones, helps build confidence and reduce avoidance behaviors. Alongside professional therapeutic intervention, practicing mindfulness and self-compassion techniques can be valuable tools in managing social anxiety. Mindfulness involves focusing on the present moment without judgment, helping to reduce rumination and excessive worry about future social interactions. Self-compassion involves treating oneself with kindness and understanding, acknowledging imperfections and setbacks without self-criticism. Beyond professional help, adopting self-help strategies can significantly aid in overcoming social barriers. Practicing assertive communication, which involves expressing one's needs and boundaries respectfully, can reduce anxiety-provoking situations. Assertiveness training techniques can be learned through self-help books, workshops, or online resources, providing individuals with the skills to navigate interpersonal conflicts with greater confidence. Similarly, improving social skills through practice and role-playing can build confidence and reduce anxiety surrounding social interaction. Small, incremental steps such as initiating brief conversations with strangers or attending social events with a trusted friend, can gradually help build confidence and reduce anxiety over time. Seeking professional help is crucial when feelings of isolation become overwhelming or debilitating. A therapist or counselor can provide a safe and supportive space to explore the underlying causes of isolation and develop strategies for overcoming it. Therapists can also help individuals address underlying mental health conditions, such as depression or anxiety, that often contribute to feelings of isolation. Moreover, a therapeutic environment allows for exploration of personal experiences and emotional patterns that may be contributing to social isolation, facilitating self-discovery and personal growth. Therapists provide guidance and support in developing coping mechanisms and building resilience, facilitating a journey toward greater self-acceptance and social connection. Group therapy offers another avenue for support, providing a shared space where individuals can connect with others who understand their experiences. The path towards overcoming isolation is a personal journey, requiring self-awareness, patience, and perseverance. There is no single solution that works for everyone. It's a journey of self-discovery and building meaningful connections. It necessitates identifying the root causes of isolation and choosing strategies tailored to individual needs. A combination of self-help strategies, social engagement, and professional support can pave the way towards a more connected, meaningful life. The willingness to embrace vulnerability, take calculated risks, and step outside of comfort zones is crucial. The journey may be fraught with challenges and setbacks, but the potential rewards, a life rich in connection, belonging, and genuine human intimacy, are immeasurable. Ultimately, overcoming isolation is an investment in one's well-being and a testament to the inherent human need for connection and belonging. The journey may be long, but with persistence and the right support, a fulfilling sense of community and belonging can be achieved. The benefits extend beyond mere companionship. They touch upon the very core of human flourishing. The digital age presents a paradoxical landscape of connection and isolation. Technology, a tool ostensibly designed to bridge geographical distances and facilitate communication, simultaneously contributes to feelings of loneliness and disconnection. This duality is a crucial aspect of understanding the human need for belonging in the modern era. While technology offers unprecedented opportunities for interaction and community building, it also presents unique challenges that can exacerbate feelings of isolation. On one hand, the internet has revolutionized our capacity for connection. Social media platforms, messaging apps, and video conferencing tools allow us to maintain relationships across continents, rekindle old friendships, and connect with like-minded individuals regardless of physical proximity. Online communities centered around shared interests, from niche hobbies to professional fields, offer a sense of belonging and support, particularly valuable for individuals who might struggle to find such connections in their immediate environment. The ability to connect with others who share similar experiences, whether it's a rare medical condition, a passion for a specific artist, or a shared interest in a particular historical period, can be profoundly beneficial for mental well-being, providing a sense of validation and understanding that might otherwise be lacking. The accessibility of online communication is particularly impactful for individuals facing social isolation due to factors such as geographical remoteness, physical limitations, or social anxiety. For individuals in rural areas with limited access to in-person social interaction, online platforms can serve as a lifeline, connecting them to a wider social network. Similarly, individuals with mobility challenges may find online interactions easier to navigate than in-person social gatherings. Even those experiencing social anxiety can find comfort and support in online communities, where the anonymity offered by a screen can mitigate the pressure associated with face-to-face interaction. This doesn't imply that online interactions entirely replace the need for in-person connection, but rather that they can supplement and enrich it, especially for those who might However, the virtual world also harbors the potential for profound isolation. While social media platforms can facilitate superficial connections, the curated nature of online profiles often leads to unrealistic comparisons and feelings of inadequacy. The constant stream of seemingly perfect lives presented on social media can trigger feelings of envy and low self-esteem, exacerbating existing feelings of loneliness. The pressure to maintain an idealized online persona can be emotionally draining, leading individuals to prioritize projecting a certain image over genuine self-expression. Furthermore, the superficial nature of many online interactions can leave individuals feeling emotionally unfulfilled. The fleeting nature of likes, comments, and fleeting online interactions can offer a false sense of connection without the depth and reciprocity of genuine relationships. This can be particularly harmful for individuals already struggling with feelings of loneliness, leading to a dependence on validation from external sources rather than cultivating inner self-worth. The lack of nonverbal cues in online communication can also hinder empathy and understanding, making it more difficult to build meaningful connections. The addictive nature of social media platforms poses another significant challenge. The constant notifications, the pursuit of likes, and the fear of missing out, FOMO, can consume significant time and energy, diverting attention from real-life relationships and experiences. This constant engagement with the digital world can lead to a decline in face-to-face interactions, further exacerbating feelings of isolation. The lack of physical presence can diminish the quality of human relationships. We miss out on the nuances of body language, tone, and unspoken communication that are vital in fostering deep connections. The proliferation of misinformation and online harassment also contributes to a sense of disconnection and alienation. The anonymity offered by the internet can embolden individuals to engage in harmful behavior, such as cyberbullying and the spread of false information. This can lead to feelings of vulnerability, distrust, and a reluctance to engage in online interactions. The echo chambers created by algorithmic filters reinforce existing beliefs, limiting exposure to diverse perspectives and fostering polarization, hindering empathy and understanding between different groups. The impact of technology on our attention spans also plays a crucial role. The constant barrage of notifications, emails, and updates fragments our attention, making it difficult to focus on deep engagement with others and ourselves. This constant switching of attention hinders the development of genuine connection. We are perpetually distracted, and this disrupts our ability to be present in the moment with others. This lack of presence is a key factor in undermining the capacity to build meaningful relationships, either online or offline. The blurring of boundaries between work and personal life, facilitated by technology, can also exacerbate feelings of isolation. The constant availability through email, messaging, and social media blurs the lines between work and personal time, leading to an inability to disconnect and rest. This perpetual connectivity can lead to burnout, stress, and decreased capacity for meaningful engagement with others. We are always on, always accessible, and this diminishes our ability to cultivate solitude and reflect on our experiences. In conclusion, technology's role in our lives is complex and multifaceted. It offers incredible potential for connection, but it also carries significant risks that can lead to profound isolation. Navigating this digital landscape requires a conscious effort to utilize technology mindfully, prioritizing meaningful interactions over superficial connections and maintaining healthy boundaries between the online and offline worlds. It requires us to be critically aware of technology's impact on our mental well-being and actively cultivate real-world connections alongside our digital ones. The true challenge lies in harnessing the power of technology to enhance our connections, rather than allowing it to erode them. This requires self-awareness, critical thinking, and a conscious commitment to nurturing genuine human interaction in all its forms. It's about finding a balance, leveraging the benefits of technology while safeguarding ourselves from its potential pitfalls. The path to genuine connection, both online and offline, necessitates mindfulness, intentionality, and a deep appreciation for the rich tapestry of human relationships. Only then can we truly overcome the isolating effects of technology and harness its potential for good.